Last day of July. It's time for a check-in. Cell phone check-in. What's your name? Where you calling from? Y'all know that? Y'all remember that? Be listening to the radio, and that's what they say. Cell phone check-in. What's your name? Where you calling from? Happy Friday. Happy day 1683 that we have been here intentionally doing this work. And the thing that I do know that sometimes as you are building something that's never been built, it can be a challenge, right? But this is what I know. You can't win if you quit. You can't win if you quit. There's so much power in those simple words. You can't win if you quit. Oh, it was one more thing that I wanted. Let me see. Where is it? 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 There are people who depend on you to do the very thing. Uh, let's see. Ancestral. See if I can find it. See if I can find it. Here it is.
Who the hell are you? You know?
Didn't say all that. But I guess sometime last year, it might have been even longer than that. What came up for me when the words came up, you can't win if you quit, was how often we say that we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. But are you their wildest dreams? Or are you their biggest nightmare? Are you making your ancestors proud? Are they happy that you are standing on their shoulders? Or do they wish it was somebody else? There are mathematics to this ancestral shoulders that we stand on. In order for you to be here, it took your two grandparents, your your two parents rather, two parents, four grandparents, eight great grandparents, 10 second great grandparents, 32 third great grandparents, 64 fourth great grandparents, 128 fifth great grandparents, 256 sixth great grandparents. And as you hear these numbers, understand when I say six, that means great, 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 great grandparents. And then 512 seventh great grandparents, 1,024 eighth great grandparents, 2,048 ninth great grandparents. For you to be born today from 12 previous generations, you needed a total of 4,094 ancestors over the last 400 years. Think for a moment. How many struggles? How many battles? How many difficulties? How much sadness? How much happiness? How many love stories? How many expressions of hope for the future not to give up? How much did your ancestors have to undergo for you to exist in this present moment? So when you say the words, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, I want you to remember 4,094 shoulders that you stand on. It is not just your parents. It is not just your grandparents. It is not just your great great. It is great great, great great, great great, great great, great. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then the 4. 4,094 backs. 4,094 people. Understand the magnitude of you being here. 4,094 ancestors that you stand on their shoulders. So when you say, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams 4,094 times, 4,094 people that did not quit in your bloodline, 4,094 over 400 years leading straight back to slavery. That means no matter how hard it got, they didn't quit. They didn't give up. So guess what? You can't quit either. You can't win if you quit. Carry them with you when you move through your day. Do some research and find their names as far back as you can go. I was able to find my great, 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 great 4. But the rest, I say thank you to all 4,094. 4,094. A little less than 5,000 people that you stand on their shoulders. What will you do with this one life that you get, that you now stand on the shoulders of 4,094 people? 4,094 struggles, 4,094 battles, 4,094 days of hope, 4,094 people, rather, who hoped. Over 400 years and 12 generations of people that you stand on their shoulders. Think about the ones that you remember. And the next time you say, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, every time you think about it, I want you to think about 4,094 people whose shoulders you stand on. I want you to think about those 4,094 shoulders. I want you to think about 12 generations. And I want you to think about 400 years. And I want you to think about, what are you doing with your life? Did you quit? Did you quit on your ancestors? Are you really their wildest dreams, or are you their biggest nightmare? 4,094 shoulders, 12 generations, 400 years. Yes, equals you. And it's not just your great grandparents, it's your great all the way 9 times. Great grandparents, great great grandparents, great 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 grandparents, great 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 grandparents, great 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 grandparents, great 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 grandparents, great 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 grandparents, great 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 grandparents, and finally great 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 grandparents. 4,094 shoulders you stand on over 12 generations and 400 years of people who did not quit. How dare you quit? And as difficult as your life might be, it is nowhere near as difficult as theirs was. Think about it. Slavery, civil rights, dogs, sundown towns, can't come outside, watch your kids, watch your son, lynchings, and we still have some of that today. Are you your ancestors' wildest dreams? Or are you their biggest nightmares? You can't win if you quit. It doesn't matter whether you're building business, healing your body, repairing relationships, writing a book, going back to school, becoming financially free, or learning to love yourself again. If you quit, you remove yourself from the possibility of victory. The scoreboard doesn't declare a winner because someone was the smartest. It doesn't always reward the most talented. Many times, life rewards the person who simply stayed in the game. There are days when just showing up is the victory. There are days when surviving is enough. There are days when getting out of the bed deserves applause. Because every day that you continue, you give your future another chance to find you. We live in a culture that wants everything fast. We've come accustomed to instant results, instant downloads, instant shipping, instant answers, instant success stories. What social media rarely shows us are the years behind the overnight success. The running joke is it only takes 30 years to become an overnight success. They don't show the failure, the tears, the uncertainty, the moment someone almost walked away. Every person you admire has wanted to quit. Every successful entrepreneur, every author, every athlete, every speaker, every healer, every leader. The difference wasn't that they never got discouraged. The difference was they kept going. And sometimes quitting, it really looks reasonable. Sometimes quitting sounds logical. This is taking too long. Nobody's buying. No one is watching. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm not qualified. What if I fail? Those thoughts sound convincing, but here's what I've learned. Sometimes your emotions are telling you the story of today, while your future is writing an entirely different ending. Don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Instead, pause, rest, pray, reflect, adjust, ask for help. Change your strategy if you need to, but do not quit. There's a difference between quitting and redirecting. There's a difference between quitting and pivoting. Sometimes wisdom changes the path. Quitting abandons the destination. They say there's more than one way to skin a cat. And we talked about seeds yesterday. Seeds don't grow overnight. Imagine you planted a garden, you water it on Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, still nothing. Would you dig that seed up because it hasn't grown? Of course not. You trust that something is happening beneath the surface that you can't see. Your dreams work the same way. Healing works the same way. Business works the same way. Relationships work the same way. Sometimes your roots are growing long before anybody can see your flowers. Don't confuse invisible progress with no progress. Something's happening beneath the surface. Something's happening in you. Jim Rohn often says when you are working to change and do better, you are becoming something that can hold this new dream. It is what you become in the process of building your dream. And every single time somebody says no, that no is teaching you something. Some people will reject everything you offer. Some people won't even understand your vision. Some won't believe in you, and that's okay. Every no teaches you, every obstacle strengthens you. Every disappointment develops you. Failure isn't the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. It's a part of it. You learn, you improve, you become stronger, you become wiser. Then one day, what felt impossible becomes your testimony. And let us not confuse rest with quitting, because rest is not quitting. So many people need to hear that resting is not quitting, healing is not quitting, taking care of yourself is not quitting. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is pause long enough to regain your strength. This one body that you get, it deserves care. Your mind deserves peace. Your spirit deserves nourishment. You don't have to run yourself in the ground to prove you're committed. You simply just have to refuse to give up. I shared the scripture yesterday, Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in well doing, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Notice it didn't say you'll never get tired. It says don't give up. Weariness is human. Giving up is a choice. Weariness is human. Giving up is a choice. And sometimes your very harvest is waiting just beyond your hardest season. And some of us right now are in our hardest season. If you want to think about one area where you've been tempted to quit, maybe it's your health, Maybe it's your marriage. Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's your dream. Maybe it's just believing in yourself. Ask yourself, what would happen if I stayed faithful one more day? What if you made more, one more proposal, one more workout, one more prayer, one more live video, one more conversation, one more act of courage, one more step? You don't have to finish the whole journey today. You only have to take one more faithful step. If you know someone or you are someone that is on the verge of giving up, please go to YouTube or Instagram, get this message from today and send it to them. Remind them of the 4,094 ancestors' shoulders that they stand on. Maybe, just maybe, realizing that they really are their ancestors' wildest dreams. All 4,094 that we stand on. Just maybe they'll keep on going. One conversation could change a life. Your breakthrough may not come because you worked harder. It may come just because you chose not to quit. So today, let's not quit. Today, choose hope, choose courage, choose consistency, choose yourself, because you can't win if you quit. It is July 31st. We are saying goodbye to half of 2026. And before we leave today, because it is the last day of the month, I want us to take a few moments just to check in with ourselves. Growth isn't just about moving forward, it's about taking time to notice how far we've actually come. So I want you to either think this answer or write this answer. What is the one thing that you are most proud of accomplishing this month? What is one thing you're most proud of for accomplishing this month? What challenge did you face that made you stronger? What challenge did you face that made you stronger? What lesson did life teach you this month? What lesson did life teach you this month? What did you finally let go of? A fear, a habit, a relationship, a belief, an expectation? What are you grateful for that you didn't have at the beginning of the month? What are you grateful for today that you didn't have the beginning of the month? How did you take care of yourself this month. And if you didn't, make sure that you put yourself on this month's calendar in August. Determine what needs to change so that you do take care of yourself next month. What dream did you move one step closer to? What dream did you move one step closer to? What is the one habit you want to carry into the new month? What is the one habit you want to carry into the new month? What is one habit or mindset you are leaving behind? What is one habit or mindset you are leaving behind? And if next month could have one word as its theme, what would the word be? Courage, peace, discipline, abundance, healing, joy, consistency. Don't judge your month only by the money that you made or the goals you checked off. Measure it by the person you're becoming. Every lesson learned, every boundary set, every brave conversation, every moment you chose healing over hiding, that's progress. And sometimes the greatest victory isn't that you accomplished, it's who you became while accomplishing it. So remember to take a moment today to reflect and celebrate, and then set your intention and your vision for next month. And as you do, you will give your life such a beautiful cadence, such a beautiful sound, such beautiful movement. Who have you become this month that you were not on the first day of July? I'm so grateful and excited for all that we are getting to do. And when I say that you can't win if you quit, understand the mountain does not move because you wished it away. It moves because of one faithful step at a time. The seed does not bloom because you watched it. It bloomed because you kept watering it when nothing could yet be seen. So rest if you need to, cry if you must. Change your plans if wisdom calls. Change your plans if wisdom calls. But don't surrender the dream simply because the journey grew difficult. The next step may be the one that changes everything. You cannot win if you quit. So don't. Yes! So grateful, so excited, so excited for all that we get to do. Oh, you got time to say your mic is open.
I'm so sorry.
Cell phone check in 1212. What's your name? Where you calling from? Yes, Noreen says celebrating 1 year anniversary of joining the law of attraction. Call today. We love you too. We love you too. I'm so grateful. Yes, 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 yes. I love your sentiments here. Obedience comes with great rewards. Yes, yes, pivot, Hillary. I see it. I am so grateful for what God is doing for each of us, for the messages that we receive, for not ignoring the messages that we receive. It is your turn, it is your time, and it's not too late. It is not too late. Your dreams do not have an expiration date. So lean into it, whatever it might be. Whatever that calling is on your life can only work if you don't quit. So don't you dare quit. 4,094 shoulders you stand on. And when I think about them, when I pray, and I literally hear the voices saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have those voices, those faces. Find yourself a picture of a crowd of people, 100 people, 200 people, 1,000 people, and really give yourself a visual of what 4,094 people look like. Yes, hard stop, me too. So today, lean into don't quit, take stock of your month, and set your intention for next month. Pray for yourself, affirm yourself, and know that God is with you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have an amazing day on purpose. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same station.